Hello, this is the Morning Garden Show. I'm just looking at my inventory because I got to thinking last night. I did some math. If the government is running the immigrants out of the country, we still need food produced. That simply means that someone's going to have to harvest, farm, plant, all the things that relate to what's going on. And I looked at that and I said, well, something's not adding up here. That means that the cost of food this year, milk, along with all kind of dairy products and anything that comes from the farm, is going to increase in cost. So that would mean that you would try to, hopefully, plant enough food this year because it's getting ready to get real messy. And with no one there to help the farmers to pull the crops and to plant the crops and maintain the crops, that means that people like yourselves and myself are going to have to produce more food at home in order to cover that gap, because unless you have the money to produce enough of your own food, you're going to pay sky high prices, for what you want to get in the grocery stores, which is mostly substandard food anyway. But I guess you could eat it in a pinch. But I like my garden foods. So the farms that can maintain this crunch are going to charge astronomical prices, is my point. And they're going to do that because they are not going to have the cheap labor anymore. And that means that when the labor is not cheap, they're going to pass that cost on to the consumers, and also to tide in a healthy profit. So in a nutshell, we're going to have to get really good at what we're doing in the gardens, and also we're going to have to be smart about it, because if you have buckets or anything you can to grow food, or a plot like I do, or you could go to the what they call them, those neighborhood type of gardens where you pay a fee for the year and you grow there. You're going to have to figure something out, because it's going to get crazy. And the lack of food in some instances, because they're not going to have food for everyone if the cost is up and demand is still there, but there's no one to grow the stuff. That's going to be quite a mess. And the farms that, like I said, can keep going, they're going to absolutely, some of them are going to get very wealthy, and some of them are going to get a situation where they're going to be out of business. And that's what's going to happen. So growing fruit trees like this here, and these raspberry plants are going to become more valuable. It's interesting. This is the Morning Gardener.